Hi, a film I caught up on Disney Plus, having still not yet completed its cinema run, is The Menu, a dark satirical thriller directed by Mark Mylod in his first film in, I think, over a decade. Mylod is best known now for working on prestige television like Game of Thrones and particularly Succession, but he started out in British comedy, directing episodes of Shooting Stars and The Fast Show, and his first feature film was Ali G into House. This could not be more different. It's about a group of various people traveling to a small offshore island to visit the restaurant that resides there, Hawthorne, run by the famous chef Julian Slovic. Slovic's meals are elaborate conceptual pieces, the various courses combining to tell a coherent story or reveal a total concept. And the various characters attending are all upper class types, not quite appreciative as they should be of the art of cooking. Our main protagonist is a young woman named Margot, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, who's accompanying a foodie, played by Nicholas Hoult. Um, Margot is unconvinced by this whole affair, whereas Holt's character is obsessed with the genius of Slovak. And as the meal goes ahead, it's determined that Slovak knows a lot about his guests and has elaborate plans for exactly how the evening is going to unfold in a series of bizarre and deadly ways. I thought this was brilliant. It's a film about the nature of artists and the way artists have to operate within the world. That in order to achieve perfection, they have to become obsessive. They have to subsume all parts of their lives to their art and leave nothing else. Um, the chef operates his kitchen as though it were a cult. His various assistants are fanatically devoted to him. They sleep in the restaurant, they live on the island, and there's nothing else on the island apart from the restaurant and its gardens and pastures. Um, but in completely devoting themselves to this, they too have destroyed themselves, offering their food to people who are not interested in the care or the art, but merely the status or the superficial things, that which they can gain from it, whether or not they are a giver or a taker, as Slovik puts it. And Margot, who is a late replacement for an original guest, is very much outside this. So elements regarding her become more of a wild card. Um, it's a brilliantly acted film. Ray Fiennes plays Slovak as a charming but strangely sinister, but also quite friendly, a very sort of multi-layered, awkward character. And we gradually find out more about him over the course of the story. And he has a troubled past. He comes from quite humble beginnings, of which he's extremely proud, and he is very um, um, open about his past background, coming from a small town, coming from a very straightforward past. He's extremely proud of an Employee of the Month certificate he received when he was working in a burger restaurant. An early highlight for him in his career. And you see a photo of a very young Ray Fiennes as a burger chef with a huge smile on his face, taking real pride in his work and the enjoyment that customers gain from it. And it's that enjoyment, that love of the art and of being part of it, being in the audience for such a piece of art, that he now misses. The film has numerous twists and turns and various unexpected digressions, and the way the characters among the diners become involved, weave around. I thought it was a brilliantly inventive script. I mean, the touchstone would clearly be Gordon Ramsay, who runs his kitchen like a dictatorship. Slovak goes beyond that, turning it into an actual offshore republic. Um, but it never struck a false note, and yet there are still gleeful absurdities. The film's conclusion, um, obviously, I can't spoil, but it does become ridiculous but also tremendously heartfelt as Slovik starts to regain his love of cooking and his love of preparing food that people really enjoy and really to get their teeth into, for want of a better phrase, that people really care about having something delicious and not just treating it as a status symbol or um, an accessory. That he's making something for people to really care about consuming and not just put on a mantelpiece. Um, Brilliantly acted, brilliantly written. It looks fantastic. The restaurant is incredibly intimidating. It's really one of my films of the year. I loved it.